Japan's medieval castles. They're more than just historical artifacts. They are time capsules where memories of yesterday speak to dreams for tomorrow. In this city, Aizu Wakamatsu, young people give up their lives to defend their castle. Today, it is a place of peace and calm, a place for contemplation and reflecting on the past. Meanwhile, the next generation prepares for the future. On this edition of Journeys in Japan, Tsuruga Castle, the iconic heart of Aizu Wakamatsu. The city of Aizu Wakamatsu lies some 200 kilometers north of Tokyo in the western part of Fukushima Prefecture. James Lambiase is an American architect who lives and works in Tokyo. Aizu Wakamatsu lies on the edge of the fertile Aizu Basin. Tsuruga Castle stands on a hill, looking out over the wide plain.
Japan's history had long periods of war between feuding regions. And through fierce competition, warlords would build huge structures to protect their domains. These structures were castles. For today's journey, I would like to explore Aizu Wakamatsu Castle. It's said that this castle represents a very important transition between samurai society and Japan's modern age. I'm really looking forward to visiting Aizu Wakamatsu Castle with you today. So let's begin. Wow, this is just magnificent. Today I get to meet someone who knows a lot about this castle. I think that's him there. Kondoさんですか？
はい、近藤です。どうも、こんにちは。
よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
Kondo Masao is a curator at Tsuruga Castle.
この石垣は見事ですね。
はい。で、この石垣は今から400年ほど前に作られたもので、高さは20メーター以上もあるかなり大きな石垣になってます。それでその角度も下の方は斜めになって上の方は直立するようなすごく綺麗な作りになっています。
Take note of the subtle slope here. Not only is this very good in defending against potential attackers, but construction-wise, it's working with gravity to push against the earth to form a very strong retaining wall.
これが会津若松城の天守です。
ああ、素晴らしいですね。
There has been a castle here for around 640 years. Although the main keep has been rebuilt, its original stone foundations remain untouched.
ここが3種類の石垣が見える場所になります。その中でもこの天守台の石垣は野面積みといってこの若松城が築城された時の石垣だと言われています。見ていただきますように大きな石が使われてまして、その石も一個一個大きさが違っている自然の石、加工してない石が使われているのが特徴になってます。
This is the second oldest of the stone walls. The wall here is built in the Uchikomi Hagi style. The stones have been smoothed to make a flat surface, with grooves cut across their surface for greater effect. The newest of the three walls is this one.
切り込み萩の石垣と言いまして、江戸時代の終わり末期の積み方になります。石自体が直線的に切り込まれていたりなんかして、そういうのが特徴になります。でここに大きな石があるんですが、これは鏡石といって主人の威厳を示したりとか、邪気が入ってこないようにというので設置されるというのが多いわけなんです。
So by standing here looking at the different types of walls, we're able to see how they evolved throughout history. Not only did they develop in terms of defense, but in appearance as well.
こんにちは。
こんにちは。ここが天守閣の一番下になります。
The wall here is made of very thick stones, which prevents the outside air from getting in.
冬も夏も温度が一定なので、保存食だとか塩だとかそういうのを保管しておいて、籠城戦の時のためにということで備えておいた場所なんですね。こんにちは。
こんにちは。こちら景色がいいですよ。どうぞ。
ありがとうございます。
このお城には石垣しか残っていなくて残念だと思いませんか？
そうですね。しかし木造建築を残すことは難しいですからね。
でも私たちの心には当時の思いがすごく残っているんです。
Close to the castle stands a large gymnasium. The local children gather here for special training sessions. It's a martial art using pole arms known as naginata. These students are training ahead of an upcoming competition. Naginata were first used as battlefield weapons from around the 12th century.
はい、じゃあ交互になって交互に。
Thanks to their length, the opponent can be kept at a good distance. The head is used to attack the opponent's legs. These days, Naginata is a modern martial art with a focus on training the spirit. Historical accounts say that women warriors in Aizu sometimes join the battlefront with their Naginata. Even today, many women practice this martial art.
私の姉がやっていて、その姉に憧れて入りました。ここでは礼儀などが学べて、港の他にも学べる大切な場だと思っています。自分を成長できる存在だと思っていて、勝ち上がっていく力などとても感じられるので、成長を感じると思います。
In the old days, this was the garden of the feudal lord who ruled Aizu from Tsuruga Castle.
Oh wow, this is such a beautiful garden. I really do feel like I'm in Kyoto.
ここは500円というところなんですよ。
This garden was also used for growing medicinal herbs. It dates back some 600 years. This land was originally the site of a warlord's villa, chosen for its abundant spring water. Later, it was developed into a garden for the feudal lords of the Matsudaira family, who ruled the Aizu domain.
Standing in this Japanese garden, I'm stunned by the beauty, But you also have to remember that there's political motivations behind what we see. They were able to say this microcosm of nature is our world, and we are able to control worlds as well. 薬と名前がつくからにはただの庭ではないんですよね。
そうなんです。ではこちらへどうぞ。この一角にはさまざまな薬草が植えられています。この辺がですね、会津の歴代藩主がですね、病気の予防や治療をするための薬草を栽培するような、薬草の栽培地で。
In the latter half of the 17th century, the Lord encouraged the cultivation of medicinal herbs to maintain the health of the local people.
公にはですね、さまざまな薬草が栽培されておりますけども、その中でも有名なのがここにございますお種人参なんですね。
This is a type of ginseng known here as otane ninjin. Since ancient times, it's been considered the ultimate medicine. The lords of Aizu encouraged its cultivation. To this day, otane ninjin is known as a local specialty of Aizu. Shimizu Taku is one of the ginseng cultivators. All this area covered by black nets is a ginseng field.
こちらがお種人参の畑になります。はい、土作りに2年で種をまいて5年経ったもういつでも収穫ができるような状態のお種人参です。はい、どうぞこちらがお種人参の5年ものになります。昔は人の形に似ているほど高価に取引されたそうです。この歴史途絶えさせたくないという思いがありますので、頑張って、仲間を増やして生産量を増やしていきたいと思っています。
What is this?
面白い建物でしょ。サザエ堂という名前なんです。
サザエっていうのはその貝のサザエですか？
はい、そうです。見ていただければね、その意味がよくわかると思います。どうぞご案内いたします。
お願いします。
Imori Masanori is the owner of the Sazai-do. It still looks just the way it was when it was built 300 years ago. It evokes the spiral shape of a shellfish, and it's been designated an important cultural property of the nation.
こちらがですね、このお堂を考案されたお坊さんの幾堂という方の木像なんです。どうぞお入りください。
すごいですね。こんな全体スロープになってるのは本当に初めてです。
そうですか。
すごいですね。はい、
今は取り外されてるんですけども、ちょうどこの位置に観音様が順番にお祭りしてあって、ここでお参りをして、そして次に行くという。
なるほど。こ
こに太鼓橋というのがありましてね、ここどうぞ登ってください。ここがこのサザエ堂の頂上になります。
あ、すごいね。なんか本当に建築家として正しいものを見てるなという気持ちがあって、
そうですか。
素晴らしいですね。すごいです。
これが上りと全く同じ風景なんですけど、実は さっき登ってきたのは、ここという天井ですね。この下りの天井は上りの床になってます。
なるほど。じゃあさっき歩いたところがこの上なんだ。
そうです。
すごいね。
Thanks to its double helix structure, the stairway to the top is quite separate from the stairs leading down. Some European church towers have a similar double helix structure, but Sasaido is unique in Japan.
You can hear the footsteps of the people walking above. This building really is amazing how by separating it into two layers, the people going up and down are entirely separated and they never have to cross paths. It really is a technological wonder. Here it is. こんにちは、猫ちゃん。こんにちは。
はい、ようこそいらっしゃいませ。
こんにちは。
こんにちは。お一人様ですか？
そうですね。
はい、どう
そうですね。
ぞ。メニューもご覧になってください。当店のお蕎麦は西会津の在来種を石臼でひいた引きぐるみのお蕎麦です。この時期は暑いので
Baba Naobumi runs this soba noodle restaurant with his family. Baba is quite unusual in that he started his career in Italian cuisine. He even went to work in Italy.
きっかけは外国に行った時です。日本人なのに日本のことを何も知らない自分がいて、でここに来た時に日本文化の一つであるお蕎麦、これを学べるいい機会だなと思ってこの道に入りました。
In Japan, buckwheat has been eaten since ancient times, but the idea of cutting buckwheat dough into noodles began in the 17th century. The first lord of Aizu came from a region known for eating soba noodles and is said to have brought skilled soba artisans with him. The actual job of making and cooking the noodles is done by Baba's wife, while his mother-in-law cooks the tempura. And the family cat is there at the entrance to welcome customers.
はい、お待たせしました。ではまずは会津の田舎そばに
美味しそうですね。
天ぷらです。
おお。色はちょっと普通より黒い感じですね。じゃあいただきます。うん。コシが強くて香りが高いんですね。うん。
Tempura with soba is always a popular combination, but it's very unusual to find herring fish prepared as tempura.
うん。外がサクサクで中身はふわふわですね。美味しい。とっても美味しいです。
In the summer, people gather at a Buddhist temple in Aizu for an event. This temple, called Hachioji, dates back to the year 964.
戸田山山系のお書人志すところ先祖代々隠れ並びに神弱少量供養のために通信で茶と献上香をし立て祭る。
This dance, Kuya Nembutsu Odori, is performed each summer.
この空也念仏踊りというのは文字通り空也上人がこの会津に広められたものです。その目的は お盆の前に皆様のご家庭にそれが帰る前にこの場所でそれら魂を鎮めるために踊っております。
The origin of the dance goes back to a priest called Kuya, who lived in the 10th century. He used to pray for the spirits of those who died without any living relatives. Hachioji is thought to be the place where Kuya died. In the old days, people often used to dance as a form of prayer. However, the practice gradually faded after the temple was burnt down in war in 1589. But 100 years ago, the dance was revived. Now it's been designated as an important part of the local culture.
People around the world of different cultures pay respect to their dead in different ways. In Japan, and especially here in Aizu Wakamatsu, it's very important to come together in August to pay their respects. This has been a very special opportunity for me.
James has come to a site that was very important for the samurai warriors in Aizu.
ここは日進館といって江戸時代の武士のための学校です。
あ、そうですか。
When Nishinkan was founded in 1803, it offered the highest level of education in the Aizu domain. The current structure is a replica of the original.
あそこに安置してあるのは孔子像ではないんですか？
はい、そうです。
Confucius was a philosopher who lived in China some 2,500 years ago.
武士と孔子は一体どのような関係あるのでしょうか？
会津藩の子弟は10歳になるとこの学校に入学し、学問や武術に励み、肉体そして精神の鍛錬に努めました。
The teachings of Confucius underpinned the students' education. Confucianism preaches that the ideal society should be based on love and established rituals. In feudal Japan, this was considered fundamental for educating samurai.
ここが教室があった建物です。若者たちはここで儒学や蘭学などたくさんの科目を学びました。そして優秀な生徒ですと飛び級の仕組みもあったそうです。
Nishinkan was not only a place for academic studies, the students were also trained in the martial arts. They were given a full training in archery, and they also learned how to use guns. This pond, about 150 meters in circumference, was the very first training pool in Japan. The students are said to have swum among the water lilies. However, war broke out in 1868, and the Nishinkan was destroyed in the fighting. It was only rebuilt in 1987, more than 100 years later.
再建させるまで随分と時間かかりましたね。
そうですね。会津の人にとってこの学校はとても大切なものでしたが、事情がありまして復元するにはそれだけの時間が必要でした。
The conflict pitted the forces of the new Meiji government against those of the ousted Tokugawa shoguns. The Aizu domain was on the side of the Tokugawa shogunate. It fought fiercely, but was defeated. That led to the downfall of the Aizu domain. Even though they were still teenagers, the young students at Nishinkan became involved in the fighting. They were assigned to a military unit called the Byakutai, but they were cornered and fled up to a mountain. As it became increasingly clear that the Aizu domain was facing defeat, many of the young men committed suicide. To this day, the site of this tragic event is cared for by the people of Aizu.
Ah, so this is it. They killed themselves because they can see the castle from here. The death of the Byakutai, who were just children, truly is a testament to the futility of war. Every time I visit a castle town in Japan, I am impressed that the people I speak with have very strong thoughts and feelings about its history. And in Aizu Wakamatsu as well, even after hundreds of years, the culture and customs that were established here have remained deep-rooted and widespread. I believe this is because the castle has taken shape over time by heartfelt care and aspirations of the people who live here. Even if it represents painful memories, the people of Aizu Wakamatsu will still cherish their castle. The original wooden structure is now a castle rebuilt in concrete, but its long legacy still inspires its people. I hope you enjoyed exploring this castle town of Aizu Wakamatsu as much as I have, and that you join me for future journeys in Japan.
To reach Aizu Wakamatsu from Tokyo, you take the Shinkansen to Koriyama, then change on to a local train. In all, it takes about 3 hours.